Hunter Biden alert special counsel David Weiss telling a federal judge he plans to seek a grand jury indictment of the president's son on a felony gun charge before the end of the month. Andy McCarthy is a former assistant U.S. attorney, He is a Fox News contributor, and it is great to have you here.
How you doing, Andy?
Okay, can you set some of this is just hard to keep up with and hard to follow. So what's your best explanation to viewers at home as to what's happening right now, and will Hunter Biden actually be indicted?
I still wonder myself, Dana, because first of all, people should understand Weiss made that announcement yesterday not because he wanted to, but because the judge held his feet to the fire. She said that she wanted, he could have just silently let this case evaporate like he's been doing, and when October rolled around, the statute of limitations would run and the gun count would be gone. The judge said that she wanted an update on the case on September 6th, so she made him make a disclosure. He wasn't prepared to go in there and say he was going to fold, so he said he was planning to indict. But what do you need to plan? This is like the easiest, most straightforward federal case of all time. It's been well known for 5 years. It would take about 10 or 15 minutes to present it to the grand jury. It's about a one-paragraph indictment if you wrote it on the charge that we know about on the gun. There was no reason for him, if he really wanted to indict the case, to go in and give a status report to the judge. He should just go to the grand jury and indict the case, which he should have done 5 years ago.
Andy, I take it you've been writing furiously since yesterday afternoon when this headline alert came out, because I read a lot of your stuff this morning, some of which you write. You say Hunter Biden's expected indictment, never forget, they think we're idiots. Lest you think Weiss has suddenly grown a prosecutorial spine, think again. He made the indictment announcement because he had no choice. In the end, you're not buying this. We'll see what we get by the end of September. And Abby Lowell was on MSNBC last night. Now, he's the attorney for Biden, and said this.
They know everything there is to know about the gun possession. Hunter had a gun for 11 days. It was never loaded. It was never used. There has never been a standalone gun charge like this brought by this office ever, and should they not be. They decided that it made sense to do a diversion because of Hunter's condition at the time, and now they're talking about changing that. What's changed? Not the facts.
What do you think of that, Andy?
Yeah, I think it's nonsense. First of all, it's a little-known fact that there are 2 guns at least. He keeps talking about the gun. If you look at the statement that Hunter, the form that Hunter filled out where he made the false statement about his drug abuse, that refers to a revolver. If you look at the photographs that we've seen, the New York Post published some of these, he doesn't have a revolver in his hand. It's a different gun, and it's a few days after. So there's more than one gun, more than likely, involved. He's brandishing it in one of those photos, so he wasn't eligible for diversion under the federal rules. Weiss knew that, and I understand that Abby Lowell is unhappy. I'd be unhappy too, because Weiss has really tried to mislead the court. The intention here was to make the gun case go away, and Lowell thinks he has an enforceable agreement to that extent. But the agreement required that the probation department sign off on it. That's the court's department, and they're not signing off on it. So I don't think he's right about the idea that this wouldn't be prosecuted. This is not a lie and try case where somebody lies on a form and then doesn't get the gun. This is a guy who lied on the form, got the gun, handled it irresponsibly, and lost it.
Can you remind us, we were talking earlier, Andy, who found the gun in the trash can?
Yeah, what I understand, Dana, is that I think it was Haley Biden who tried to dispose of the gun.
That's right.
And they looked at some surveillance tape, and they found it in a trash bin. The store was near, I think, across the street from a high school, if I'm remembering correctly. So that's how they found it.
Okay, we have more questions, Andy, but we don't have more time. So come on back soon, all right? Thank you.
Great to have you. Thank you.
Sure will.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.